Was we're gonna see if we can help you out. Maybe give you some real information that you can use right here today. So I hope you enjoy these videos. All right. Hopefully you're back to picking me up on my good mic here. I wanted to show you when you buy that package. Like I said, it's like $68 or $58. It's the Tonor mic, the innogear phantom power supply that it plugs into a wall outlet, which is good for small people that are doing it from home that are not traveling. Okay. Um, the other one that I have coming is battery operated. So, in essence, I could take it on the road without any real issue. Um, Other than just the bulk of having the mic and the stand and the cables and all that, which I might end up getting a little bag for whatever for because my real job, I'm an air conditioning guy and travel all over, doing stuff, building stores and service and what have you. So um, uh, the but the next thing that they get in that kit for the $58 plus shipping, which mine was like 70 $72, something like that, after shipping and tax and all that crazy crap, was this, which is another XLR cable. It's just a cable like those others, but it's an extra cable that you have, okay, that you don't have to mess with. If one screws up, you'll have a backup, or if you need it for something else. There's other ways to do this, and I told you the first way, which is headphones, which I still have my headphones on, but if you'll notice, I replaced the cable. This is actually a noise filter. This is not a microphone. Okay, these are these have just the three prongs, not the four, on this cable. Uh, anyway, we have one other way. There's two other ways that you can do it. Instead of buying all this, if you want to, you can go buy some other microphones that are actually made to plug into, I believe, the lightning port, and some of them will plug into your headphone jack. But on your phone, they're called dynamic mics. Okay. Now, from everything that I understand, I haven't tried one, so hey, don't, I'm just telling you what I've read. The most of the one of them is made by irig, which is actually the same people that made the product. I got the irig pre coming, is what I have coming. Okay. Uh, it's not here yet. That's the battery operated phantom power supply, basically, is what it is. It's not here yet. Okay, when it gets here, I can do a little video showing you the irig pre. It, like I said, is battery operated instead of wall power. Okay, uh, take that for what it's worth. They say it gets, if you're running if you're running a dynamic mic off of that, they say your battery life is about, I think, 30, 40 hours, something like that. That's okay. It depends on how much singing you do. If you're running one of these mics like this, a condenser microphone off iRig, they say you only get about 10 hours out of the battery. And you better make sure you turn it off, because if you don't turn it off, you wake up the next morning and it's dead. And I've seen some people say, "Yeah, I've already gone through like $100 in uh, batteries in the past month because the battery keeps dying." Like I said, it's for me. It's going to be a backup option if there's a problem with my phantom power supply that I currently have, because I like having the stability of the wall power, the AC power, the 110 volts coming in to power everything. Uh, I don't want to make this too complicated. I'm trying to give y'all enough knowledge so that you don't have to spend a fortune to get a setup, because I ended up, by the time it was said and done, because I ordered that other one, I didn't know that this one was going to work with the splitter that I also ordered. Uh, I ended up, by the time it was said and done, spending about $150 on everything. Okay, which still ain't horrible, and I get better sound, noticeably better sound in my book. Okay, from my end. We'll see how all this video and stuff. Like I said, this is like the first real lengthy anything. I've sang one song with this. As soon as I found out it worked, I tried it out on one song and I posted it. Um, and I could tell a major difference in the sound quality. Uh, the other thing, I don't know how well that's going to work. They say they work really well. In fact, Smule actually, they kind of somewhat recommend. I don't want to use the word recommend when you're talking, but that's the component that they actually recommend. And I've heard people go that were talking about the battery life and everything else, going, "Is there another option?" That's what I'm here for. Okay, I'm trying to give you your other option. Your other option is a, and there's other brands of phantom power supplies that plug into the wall. Okay, there are other brands that do this. This is just the one I have because it's one of those Amazon. Hey, buy this, this, and this, and you get this, and it's $10 cheaper or whatever. You know, I don't know how much exactly it saved me, if anything, but it was there. It was all a package. I bought it. But like I said, there are other options on the market. This is just what I have. I'm not being paid by any of these people. Uh, so far, I just find that all these people, what I have is working. I will probably make another video further down the line that lets you know how it holds up, how it works. Okay. Um, but one of my frustrations, and y'all may be in the same kind of frustration, was there's not a great deal of information on all of this on the interwebs, as I call it, the interwebs, internet. Okay, there's not a great deal, and the people that do have some knowledge in it, they have a lot of knowledge in it, and they go into all this science speak almost. Oh well, got to have dB of the blah 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 blah, and then the power and the millivoltage and this. You know, look, normal people. I consider myself a fairly smart guy when it comes to mechanical and electrical things. I'm an air conditioning guy after all. It's kind of my job to know a little bit about that stuff. But most people that are out there don't understand that kind of speak. So I was trying to do something a little easier for you to understand. And I know I'm a little bit redneck and all that. Hopefully it comes across well. But uh, let's see here. Went over the power supply, the microphone, the headphones, the adapter. Uh, oh, your other options are, like I said, the dynamic mic. Now, that's going to be your simplest option. Now, from what I understand, those can they can be they can actually in the end cost as much, sometimes even more than a condenser mic setup. Condenser mic setup's a little more complicated to deal with. There's a few more components that you have to bring in. Dynamic mics, I think I saw an irig dynamic mic that's actually made and actually has the smule emblem on the side, as well as a bunch of other like karaoke apps and things like that. At Best Buy, and I can't remember exactly how much it was. I want to say it was like $70 or 70, $80. Um, I have also seen other ones that are made to plug straight into your phone like that. Uh, Run, anywhere from 99 to $299. I'm not a big dynamic mic fan. I think they sound a little more hollow than a condenser mic. Um, and for the price, and they also say that some of those dynamic mics, especially the ones that like plug right into your lightning port, and this is for Apple people. I'm not, like I said, I'm not real big on. Uh, I don't have an Android product. Just don't. I had one at one point in time. I wasn't real big on it, so I got rid of it. So I have an iPad and I have an iPhone, and then my computers, my full-on computers, are all Windows. Uh, I have a Surface tablet and then a desktop. Anyway, uh, I end up resorting 90% of the time to my iPhone or my iPad. My Surface I use for work. My desktop I use for work on occasion for certain stuff. But most of my fun stuff is all done on an iPhone. It's all done on a iPad. Right now, I'm filming this on my iPhone, literally, with the actual camera app. And then I'm going to edit it a little bit. Probably not going to edit it too much. Probably some of the junk. But uh, I'm going to edit it with iMovie. I'm going to see if I can put it on YouTube. Might work, might not. If not, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Anyway, your last option, and so to me, first off, to me, the dynamic mic thing wasn't super sensible because they are way better than having that headphone mic. I don't think they're as good when it comes to your condenser mics. I think they're just below the condenser mics. Okay, but it's kind of the difference between some headphones, microphone. You know what we discussed early on in this video. Some of them have better mics than others. Now, the range is not massive realistically. I mean, the best of those headphones don't even compete with the microphones like a dynamic or a condenser microphone. However, okay, But I heard those that do plug into those lightning ports, serious power draw. Like they will kill your device like in a matter of an hour or so. Okay. Um, so be aware of that. That was something else. I'm all about, I want my batteries to last as long as possible. And so if I can plug in to a wall when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm going to. Okay? That's just how it is. But your last option is you can get a mixer. Okay, now the advantage of the mixer, and actually I saw this one video of a guy, and he was actually talking about making videos and things like that. If you're a semi-pro or video maker or whatever, podcaster, whatever. This is like my first one, so I'm not like pro by any means. I'm just like trying to help some people out. Anyway, podcaster, a semi-pro or a professional podcaster. Okay, they I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Anyway, the mixers do a lot of things to help you out there. Okay, now I can see the inherent advantages of using a mixer on something like smule as well, because you're actually able, especially if you play an instrument, because from time to time you'll see somebody that has a guitar and all that. Well, the cool thing about the mixers, of course, not only can you do the microphones, but you can do the you can, if you have an electric guitar, you can plug it in, or you can run multiple mics. So if you have an acoustic guitar, you can have one mic down here by your acoustic guitar, one up here by your face, so that way you can sing and play at the same time. There are people that do that sort of thing. I've seen a few videos uh, on Smule that people are doing those things. Uh, like I said, that's about it. If you do I don't really know what all you need. I do know that from what I understand, if you do the mixer thing, what you're going to have to do, because the mixers will work via USB, I believe. But what you have to do is you have to get that iPhone cable that goes from Lightning port to USB. I believe it is. It's like $30 from what I gather. It's for usually for video, for like doing video stuff, but it will work from what I understand with mixers, and you can plug that into the mixer, and then the mixer sends the signals and for recording and all that stuff in your phone or iPad or whatever does that. Now your iPad may be your best bet with those, from what I understand too. I don't know. Uh, I am on, just a FYI, because I don't know if there's a power level difference in headphone outputs and things like that between the different models. Right now, this video and what I'm using in Sing is an iPhone 6s Plus. Okay, I don't know if the regular 6, maybe they're not putting out as much power. I don't really know. That's something for you to play with. I would think that for the most part, with the exception of maybe the camera, because I know the camera is a little better on the 6S or the pluses. Okay. Uh, I would think all the other audio hardware within the iPhones are pretty much all the same. I do know. Let me see if I can get it here. It's an iPad. It's not the newest one. It's the, I think, Mini 2. I think they have the Mini 3 now. But this works very well. You can see all my notifications from smule on there. They do say that these do put out a little more power. I don't know for sure it works. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to play with this setup here in a minute, but it works. I do know it works. Okay. You can get iPads, you know, I mean, this is just 16 gig. The reason why I use my phone usually for things like this is my phone is 64 gig. I believe I got 64. It's not the biggest, you know, 128 or nothing, but, you know, 64 gigs pretty good. That's just a 16 gig iPad. It fills up real fast. Matter of fact, I had to delete apps this morning off of it just to make sure all my smule and all that stuff stayed updated. So if there's anything else, I'm going to try to put model numbers of these things that I have in the comments below. Down there. Now click on the little arrow and then it expands the little comment section of my video, not your comments that are way, way down at the bottom. My comments, which are up at the top. I'm going to put some links to that stuff in that, and then so that way, and like I said, everything I bought off Amazon, so it's really easy. Amazon's got normally good customer service. They ain't paying me a dime either to say that, but they do have good customer service. They worried the hell out of me the very first time I ever used them when I had a problem, because I called them up and I said, or actually I tried to call them up and it just said leave your phone number on this on their customer support little button, and I thought, oh great, they're never gonna freaking call me, it's just gonna be junk. And then the next thing I know, I had probably been away from my device for 30 seconds and my phone rings, and they walked me through everything. They helped me out. They've always given me pretty good customer service, so I don't have too much of a complaint. I know some people have had customer service. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, it ships from Amazon. Okay? Some of these things that ship from other places don't work so well. Anyway, peace. I'm out. Hey, appreciate you watching the video. Please like and subscribe below, and we'll see if we can bring you some more videos. This is early on in all this, and hopefully if I get enough people liking and subscribing, we'll continue some things going on. Thanks for your help.